Have you ever been so gullible that you dragged a giant wooden statue into your city during a war, and it turned out to be full of murderers? No? Well, congratulations! You're smarter than an entire ancient civilization. Let's set the scene. It's 12th century BC, or as the ancient Greeks called it, Tuesday. On one side, we've got the Greeks, who are basically the Avengers of the Aegean. You've got Achilles, the dude with invincible everything except his poor exposed heel, Odysseus, the original guy with a plan, and a whole squad of ripped guys in skirts who are just done with this war. And on the other side, Troy, the shiny, smug, mega-rich walled city filled with people who've been flexing their high fence/security system for the longest time. Troy is ruled by King Priam, whose hobbies include ignoring red flags and fathering kids like it's an Olympic sport. Speaking of which, his son, Paris, kicked this whole thing off by stealing Helen, the Greek king's wife. That's right, this 10-year bloodbath started because one dude couldn't keep it in his toga. So the Greeks show up at Troy's doorstep like, give her back, and the Trojans are like, nuh-uh, she's Helen of Troy now. Fast forward 10 years, yep, 10, and everyone's tired, angry, and probably smelling like a combination of blood, sweat, and questionable meat. After a decade of war with zero progress, the Greeks do what any rational, war-weary army would do. They build a horse, a really big, obviously suspicious wooden horse. Now, this wasn't just a weekend Home Depot project. This thing was massive. Like, it's so big, you should have been suspicious levels of massive. And the mastermind behind it? Odysseus, aka the only guy in this whole story with a working brain cell. His pitch probably went like this. Okay, guys, hear me out. We pretend to give up, build a huge horse, hide a few soldiers inside it, sail away, and when the Trojans drag it inside their city like idiots, boom. We pop out and wreck their entire lives. Now, you'd think someone in the Greek camp would go, that's crazy, I love it. And they did. So the plan's a go. They build the horse, pack it with elite Greek soldiers, and pretend to peace out. And the Trojans? Oh man, these guys see the Greeks sailing off, spot the big ol' horse, and immediately start celebrating like it's spring break in ancient Cancun. Enter Sinon, the Greek actor/liar they left behind to sell the story. He spins a tale so dumb it actually works. Oh, this horse? It's a gift to IKEA. The Greeks wanted to make sure you guys couldn't destroy it, so they made it too big to fit through your gates. And what do the Trojans do? Do they question the suspicious timing? Do they check inside the massive wooden structure? Do they maybe burn it just in case? Nope, they widened their city gates to make sure this thing fits. It's like watching someone download an email attachment titled totallynotavirus.exe in real time. But wait, it gets worse. There's this priest named Laukuin. He's the only one with common sense, saying this thing is obviously a trap. He even chucks a spear at the horse to prove a point. But then, bam, sea serpents, yeah, sea serpents, show up and kill him and his sons. Because in Greek mythology, if you make too much sense, you die. So the Trojans take that as a sign. Oh, the gods must want us to accept the giant horse. I mean, who needs logic when you've got giant murder noodles from the ocean making your decisions for you? And just like that, the world's most obvious trap gets wheeled right into the middle of Troy, and the party starts. And then it's midnight. The city's passed out. Everyone's drunk, full of lamb stew, and patting themselves on the back for winning a war they didn't actually win. And when the whole city's deep in dreamland, the belly of the horse cracks open. Out comes Odysseus and his death squad like a pack of violent piñata candy. They sneak down, kill the guards, open the gates, and signal the Greek fleet, which had been hiding just around the corner like that one guy in a horror movie who fakes walking away. The Greek army pours into Troy like it's Black Friday at Walmart, and everything's 100% off if you just stab hard enough. Houses burn. Families scream. The city falls hard. And all because someone thought a 30-foot wooden horse was to be taken as souvenir, and not, I don't know, the most obviously cursed furniture in military history. I'm mourning. Troy is toast. The walls are rubble. The royal family is scattered or dead. And the citizens who didn't get wiped out are enslaved or worse. Helen, the cause of this whole mess, gets taken back to Greece like she's a prize. Paris dies from an arrow. Achilles gets shot in the heel like it's a Greek version of Tag, You're Dead. And Odysseus goes on to have a 10-year sequel full of monsters, gods, and angry cyclopses. Meanwhile, the phrase Trojan Horse becomes history's most famous metaphor for bad ideas disguised as gifts, and, awkwardly, a brand of condoms. Irony unlocked. So, to recap, Troy lost everything because they failed to exercise some common sense during a war. And now, thousands of years later, high school students around the world are forced to study this moment in history while also falling for Nigerian prince emails. The moral of the story? If your enemy leaves you a mysterious statue with enough empty space to fit an entire hit squad, maybe don't bring it inside your city walls. Or, check it thoroughly, even just once. Because nothing says epic fail quite like being conquered by a glorified wooden IKEA project.